Good evening, students. I took the solution of triangle first lecture like 2 days back, and this will be my second lecture for solution of triangle. Okay, so continuing with what I taught in today's class, I will be taking some important points related to solution of triangle. So first will be circumcircle. Okay, so basically circumcircle. If we focus on that, circumcircle basically for any triangle. If I draw a triangle, say triangle ABC, for any triangle ABC, circumcircle denotes the circle which passes through the vertices of the triangle. Okay, uh, so as you can see, I have drawn a dotted circle which is passing through the vertices of triangle ABC. So this will be the circumcircle for triangle ABC, and the center for this circle, I am denoting it by O. The center for this circle will be the circumcenter. Okay, will be the circumcenter. Okay, alternately we can also define circumcenter as the point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors. Okay, perpendicular bisectors means for any, like a triangle contains three sides. So for any side, if I draw a bisector which is perpendicular to the side and passing through the midpoint of the side, that line is called the perpendicular bisector for that side. So in this case, if I am drawing this line, this is perpendicular to AC and passing through the midpoint, so this is the perpendicular bisector for AC. Similarly, if I draw the perpendicular bisector for BC, and if I draw the perpendicular bisector for AB, these three perpendicular bisectors are concurrent for any triangle, and their point of concurrency is called as circumcenter. So we can define this in two ways. Like, one way is that it is a point of intersection or point of concurrency of perpendicular bisectors, and another way that if you draw a circumcircle for a triangle, the center for that circle is called the circumcenter. Okay, now we'll take three different cases, like for an acute angle triangle, for an obtuse angle triangle, and for a right angle triangle. So how does the circumcenter lie? So for an acute angle triangle means a triangle which has all the three angles as acute angles. Okay, so if we draw a circumcircle for that triangle, the circumcenter will always be inside the triangle. Okay, so for an acute triangle, circumcenter will always be inside the triangle. For an acute angle triangle, circumcenter will always lie inside the triangle. Now if I take an obtuse angle triangle, so in an obtuse angle triangle, as we all know, the one angle is more than 90 and other two are acute angles. So in this case, if I draw a circumcircle, it's somewhat looks like this. So in this case, if I take the circumcenter, it will lie outside. Okay, whenever we draw a circumcircle for a obtuse angle triangle, the circumcenter always lies outside. So for obtuse angle triangle, circumcenter lies outside the triangle. Okay, so this is case 1 and this will be case 2. Okay, and continuing ahead, if we take case 3, for case 3 we have a right angle triangle. So for a right angle triangle, let me just rub it. For a right angle triangle, if I draw a triangle like this, suppose this is point B, this is point A, and this is point C. If I draw a circumcircle, always remember that, as I told in class also, always remember that the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle becomes the diameter for the circle. Why? Because angle in a semicircle is 90 degree. So this angle is 90 degree. Therefore, this triangle ABC will be enclosed in the semicircle. So if this is enclosed in the semicircle, this has to be the diameter. So if AC is the diameter, O will become the midpoint of the hypotenuse will become the circumcenter. Correct? So for a right angle triangle, always remember circumcenter lies on the hypotenuse. Circumcenter lies on the hypotenuse, or precisely we can say that it is the midpoint of hypotenuse. Lies on the hypotenuse, or we can say in other words, or it is the midpoint of hypotenuse. Okay, so circumcenter for a right angle triangle, since the hypotenuse becomes the diameter for the circle, the midpoint of the hypotenuse will become the center of this circle. So center of circumcircle is nothing but the circumcenter. So for a right angle triangle, circumcenter will be the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Okay. Now let's continue ahead. Continuing forward, we will. So I explained you the three different cases for circumcenter, and I explained you the three different cases for an acute angle triangle, for an obtuse angle triangle, and for a right angle triangle. And for in the beginning I explained you the basic definition for circumcenter. Okay. Now if I want to let's say calculate the distance for the circumcenter of the from the different sides of the triangle. Okay. So for that, suppose this triangle is triangle ABC. Okay. Now circle I have already drawn. So now if I join the three vertices with the center of the circle, so what will happen? This angle will become 2A. Okay, as I already told in class that this is from the property of circles. Okay, like if we have a chord and we connect the chord, the endpoints of the chord with the center, so the angle subtended at the center is always double the angle subtended at the arc of the circle. So this we have already studied in classes 9 and 10. Okay, so what I'm interested in is I'm interested in finding this distance. Okay, OD. So basically OD will be the distance of circumcenter from the side BC. So now if we look at these two triangles, triangle ODC and triangle ODB, this side is equal to this side because both are equal to radius, circumradius. Okay. Now I have drawn a perpendicular, so these two angles will be 90 degrees. This is common side, and always remember that in a circle if we draw a perpendicular on a chord, it bisects the chord. So I have drawn a perpendicular from center of the circle to the chord, so it is bisecting the chord. Okay, so this is bisecting. So we can see that this side is equal to this side, this is common side, and this side BD is equal to CD. So by SSS, triple S, congruency theorem, these two triangles will be congruent. Triangle OBD will be congruent to triangle OCD. So which means the corresponding parts will be equal. So we can say this angle will be equal to this angle. And I know that the total complete angle is 2A. Therefore, this angle will be A and this angle will be A. Correct? Because this angle has to be equal to this angle and complete angle is 2A. So this will be 2A by 2, which is A, and this angle also will be 2A by 2. Okay. So now by simple trigonometry, if I am interested in finding length of OD, I can apply trigonometry in this triangle. In triangle OCD, if I use trigonometry, cos of A is equal to base upon hypotenuse. So base is OD and hypotenuse is OC. Okay, base is OD and hypotenuse is OC. So OD upon R. Correct. So now you can write down OD as R cos A. You can write down OD as R cos A. Okay. So it's simple. Like if I want to find the distance circumcenter from side BC, I will take R cos A because A is the angle opposite to this side. Now if I want to find the distance of O from side AC, OE, so I will take the opposite angle, R cos B, because opposite is angle B. And if I am interested in finding this distance, OF, okay, if I am interested in finding this distance, so opposite to that we have angle C, so this length will be R cos C. Okay, so always remember, when we are trying to find the distance of circumcenter from the opposite side of the triangle, we take the circumradius, is capital R, and then we take cos of the angle opposite to that side. So if this side is BC, then we will take cos of A. If the side is CA, we will take cos of B. If the side is AB, we will take cos of C, and then multiply with circumradius. Okay. So this is what is like theory related to the circumcircle. Based on that, we did 2 or 3 questions in class also. So I will not be taking questions here because we have ample time in the class to do questions. So I'll be just covering the theory part. Okay. Now we come to the part of incircle. Okay. Incircle, as the name suggests, it is a circle which is inside the triangle and it touches the 3 sides of the triangle. Okay. So we have a triangle A, B, C, and we have an incircle. So in circle is a circle if you draw inside the triangle and touching the all the three sides of the triangle. Okay, so center of that is called as in center. Center of in circle is called as in center, and alternately it is the point of intersection of angle bisectors. Alternately it is the point of intersection of angle bisectors. Okay, so this is the basic definition for in circle and in center. Now if I'm interested in finding okay, let me draw a bigger triangle. If I draw a bigger triangle, like this, okay, and we have this circle, and I draw an angle bisector like this. So it is an angle bisector, so it will pass through the in center, okay, and I draw perpendicular. So this distance will be D, and this is P. This is A, B, and C. Okay. So now suppose I am interested in finding the length of BP. Okay. So how do you find the length BP? So this length is C, this length is B. So we know from the property of angle bisector that angle bisector always divides the opposite side in the ratio of sides containing the angle. Okay. This we know is angle bisector. So this will divide the opposite side in the ratio of sides containing the angle. So this length BP and CP, ratio of that will be same as the ratio of these sides. So C by B, BP upon CP will be same as C by B. Now this is the ratio, so we can take say BP as CX and CP we can take as BX. Okay. Now if I add these two line segments BP and CP, I will get this as BC, and BC is nothing but A, because A is the side opposite to angle A. Small a is the side of the triangle opposite to angle A. So if I put CX here and BX here, CX plus BX is equal to A. So in this way I get X is equal to A upon B plus C. Okay, in this way I get X is equal to A upon B plus C. So now substituting the value of X here and here, we can get the value for BP and CP. Okay. So we got the value of X as A upon B plus C. Now BP is nothing but CX. So C into X is A upon B plus C. And CP is nothing but BX. So B into A upon B plus C. So this is how you calculate the different lengths where the angle bisector divides the opposite side. Okay, CA upon B plus C, and CP is equal to BA upon B plus C. Okay. Now continuing ahead. Small r is the radius of the in circle. Okay, small r, as I had told you earlier also, it is called as in radius, or in radius means it is the radius of the in circle, which means circle which you draw inside the triangle. Okay, so if there are some important formulae which I need to discuss. So r is equal to s minus a into tan of a minus a by 2, s minus b into tan of b by 2 is equal to s minus c into tan of c by 2. So we don't need to prove all the three. If I prove for anyone, we can similarly prove for other two angles also. So I'll just take one part. Say I'm taking this part. So if I take the right hand side we have s minus a into tan a by 2. So s minus a into tan of a by 2. We can apply the half angle formula. So for tan a by 2, half angle formula is root of s minus b, s minus c divided by s into s minus a. Okay. Now root of s minus a will get cancelled, so we will be left with root of s minus a here. So s minus a, s minus b, s minus c divided by s, complete root. So we multiply by root s in the numerator and denominator. So this will come under root and denominator will be s. Okay, if we multiply by root s in the numerator and denominator, we will have root s into root s. So s will become the denominator, and in the numerator we will have root s, s minus a, s minus b, s minus c. So by Hero's formula, this is nothing but delta. Delta means area of the triangle. So delta by s, and delta I already told you, delta is r into s. So delta is r into s divided by s will get cancelled, so we get the left hand side which is r. So whenever we take s minus a into tan a by 2 or s minus b tan b by 2 or s minus c tan c by 2, that simplifies to r. Okay. Another formula I would like to explain which relates the capital R and small r. Basically capital R is the circumradius of the triangle and small r is the in radius for the triangle. Okay. So this is also one of the important formula. Small r is equal to 4r into sine a by 2 sine b by 2 and then sine c by 2. Small r is equal to 4 times capital R into sine a by 2 sine b by 2 sine c by 2. So if we start with the right hand side, 4 into capital R, and then for each of the three terms we have half angle formula. So sine a by 2 sine b by 2 sine c by 2, we can apply the half angle formula. S minus b s minus c upon bc root, then s minus c s minus a upon ca root, and then s minus a s minus b upon ab root. Okay, so what does this become? It becomes 4r s minus root s minus b s minus c will become s minus b, root s minus a will become s minus a, and then s minus c, and then in the denominator you will have a b c. Root a multiplied will get a, root b multiplied will give b, and root c multiplied will give c. Okay, now what you do, you multiply s in the numerator and denominator. Okay, if you multiply s in the numerator and denominator, s minus a s minus b s minus c becomes delta square, because we know by Hero's formula delta is root of s minus a s minus b s minus c. So this becomes delta square, and this is r, and 4r will go in the denominator, so this will become 1 upon abc by 4r. Now abc by 4r is nothing but area of the triangle, because I have already explained that we can write area in terms of capital R also. So if we write area in terms of capital R, delta is nothing but abc by 4r. So in place of this we can write delta, so this becomes delta square by delta into s. Delta will get cancelled out, so it will become delta by s, which is nothing but r. Okay, so this is how we get, like, this is how we prove this formula, which is small r is equal to 4 times capital R sine a by 2 sine b by 2 and then sine c by 2. Okay, so like these were some of the results which were important. There are more formulae also. Okay, okay, now suppose I want to find wait, I'm drawing a triangle and this is my incircle. Okay, so incircle, the center of that will be in center. I join this. Now this triangle is ABC. Okay, now suppose I want to find this length BD. Okay, so BD, basically this is the distance from one vertex to the incircle. So what we are trying to find is from one vertex to incircle the distance. So if suppose I am taking this length as x, this angle will be b by 2 because this is angle bisector, and this will be small r. So sine of b by 2, sorry, tan of b by 2, tan of b by 2 will become r by x. Correct? The tan theta is perpendicular upon base, so tan of b by 2 is equal to r by x. So which means if I am interested in finding x, so x will become r upon tan of b by 2. Okay, so अभी थोड़ी देर पहले, like some time back, I told you that we can write small r in terms of tan a by 2, tan b by 2, tan c by 2. So if I want to write in terms of tan b by 2, this is the formula. R is equal to s minus b into tan b by 2. Okay, so if I, because we are taking the angle b here, so that is why I have written r in terms of tan b by 2. So s minus b tan b by 2 divided by tan of b by 2. So tan b by 2 gets cancelled. We get this length as s minus b. Okay, so we like if we are trying to find the distance of any vertex from the incircle, like tangent, length of tangent, basically length of tangent from that point to the incircle. So for b, this will be s minus b. So this length will also be s minus b. This length s minus b. For c, it will be s minus c. So this length is s minus c, this length is s minus c, and for a it will be s minus a. So this length is s minus a and this length is also s minus a. Okay. So this is how you like calculate the like distances of any point from the incircle of the triangle. Okay, and if like for the same triangle, suppose I am interested in finding the distance of incenter from one vertex. Suppose say we take the example of B only. Suppose I want to find this distance BI. So for that I have to use sine. So sine of B by 2 will be equal to R upon BI. So in that case BI will become R upon sine of B by 2. BI will become R upon sine of B by 2. Okay. So BI will become R upon sine of B by 2. If I want to find say AI, so AI will become R upon sine of A by 2. And if I want to find this length CI, so CI will become R upon sine of C by 2. Okay, so for corresponding to the incenter, if you want to find the distance of incenter from any one vertex, then we use these formula. For BI R upon sine B by 2, for AI R upon sine A by 2, and for CI R upon sine C by 2. Okay, so I think for this lecture this much would be enough. You try to memorize all the formula and try to see if you are able to understand or not, and then for like in lectures 3 and 4 I'll be taking orthocenter and pedal triangle. Okay, so thanks for now.